Welcome to each and every one of you. I am Janet Childs, and I am the UCM Speaker Series along with my co-partner, and that's wonderful Reverend Corky Whitaker. And so we are just so delighted for tonight. A leaf on the pond, as we call it. As we move into the autumn season, we have our wonderful Reverend Lynn Rogers, who's going to be starting off our sharing, and we're going to have a wisdom sharing circle about that self listening, about how we can go in and determine what we can harvest and what we can let go of, and what we can be present to. So I am just so thrilled each and every one of you are here at this speaker series. And Reverend Lynn, why don't you go ahead and share what you were going to share about your process and also giving them information about how to get a hold of those other songs.
Oh, okay. So I'm Lynn Rogers. I'm the author of a book called Edgar Casey and the Eternal Feminine. And it was groundbreaking work years and years ago, recovering some of the goddess traditions at a time when nobody knew much about them. And I remember giving a talk for Reverend Tom Gary's church in the early 80s, and Janet Childs was the one person who came up and smiled. And so, but that kind of ancient divine feminine times has become more and more a part of our culture now. When I encountered it, I was interested in the seasons, and I've always loved Halloween and Samhain and All Saints Day. So I wanted to key some comments tonight in that direction. And also, in the last couple of years, have connected with a longtime member of CCL, Tim Morrow, who had lots of music but not words, and I had words and not music. So he's coming back from his job, and he'll be playing a song, a live song. But if you'd like to enjoy the songs and look at all the illustrations we added, the YouTube channel I have is Lynn Rogers, LYNNROGERS 79. They put that number. And there's a playlist section. The playlists are original songs by Moore Rogers. That's Tim and myself. And some of the ones that we'll be talking about tonight, or the themes, can be reflected in those songs. Is everyone here connected to somewhat connected to Celtic traditions, to the turning of the seasons, or through other ancestral traditions?
Yeah.
We are. So I'm going to just review a little bit. When I was doing a lot of writing back in the 80s, and I had a teacher who was Jungian, and she talked about the male and female animus, but the way it was defined didn't quite seem right to me. And this was a little before the trans questions came up. And I decided that I wanted to look further at it. And I later ended up discovering that our inner masculine and feminine, how we define it, has really changed over the centuries. And sometimes we define it through stereotypes, and sometimes in a more original way. I really liked Celtic traditions that I encountered from Z Budapest, who is a sixth generation Hungarian pagan practitioner, and her student, who calls herself Starhawk, who is steeped in Jewish traditions, made a really good analysis of the turning of the seasons. So I wanted to just go in that direction. The ending time that we, around Halloween and the Christian All Saints Day, is the ending of the Celtic year and a beginning of what I think is the listening within time, the going within. The weather is changing, and we're invited, instead of rushing to Target to buy gifts, it might be good if we go to sleep early and listen to our dreams. We live in a challenging time. Little more needs to be said about that. So how can we tap into listening within and create the forces of wisdom in community and in solitary practice? What Starhawk wrote about was some poetic things, that at the night that we call Halloween, the veil is thin that divides the worlds. It's the new year, in time of the year's death. The harvest has been gathered, the fields begin to lie fallow. And in that tradition, the creator has both masculine and feminine elements. The king of the waning year has sailed over the sunless sea to the womb of the mother and steps ashore on the shining isle, the luminous world egg becoming the seed of his own rebirth. The gates of life and death are opened. The sun child is conceived. The dead walk. Into the living is revealed the mystery that every ending is but a new beginning. We meet in time and out of time. And I just thought it might be interesting for us to think about for a moment, are we experiencing endings and beginnings as this season turns? And just, if that's all right, to open that up for a moment, if people would like to share what seems to be ending and what could be beginning in your life.
And I think this is a wonderful opportunity to, just as we meditate on this, let us take a deep breath, get ourselves present here in this circle, in this moment with each other, so that we in a moment can feel our connection, kind of weaving that connection between all of us. And to realize that when we share these beautiful, realizations in a group setting, we amplify the power of their meaning, and we amplify the power of what we can bring to our own lives, but also to the lives of the greater good. And so each of you, as you're settling in and being in this moment, let us just be present. And what we're going to do is light a candle that signifies the changing of the seasons. And that candle is the eternal light, although sometimes it may not be always easy to find it or see it, but to know that it is ever present in our lives. And when we gather together and share our wisdom, there is great power in that. There is great power in that. And so we just invite you to settle into that and settle into your own knowing, your own wisdom of endings and beginnings.
And this is the time of year in Celtic tradition. We move into the darker and darker time, and dark times can be magical because it's in the dark times near the Yule, near Hanukkah, near so many world traditions. This is a time when we will again light the light of new beginnings that will carry us beyond the releasing of this year into new endeavors and new hopes and new dreams. So it might be just as the weather is obviously changing, to reflect a little bit about what begins and what ends. And I'm going to just maybe lead a little meditation. Janet, do you have some music quietly for that? You don't have
yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
do.
Yes.
Should I get my guitar, or do you want
Yeah.
me to just hum?
Whatever you want to do. Let's flow together. Let's see where
Okay.
it goes, what Spirit has in mind as we get a chance to attune ourselves.
Well, to kind of answer the question that you had said,
Yeah.
about that, what this time of year brings, because we have life seems so linear, but we know from nature that it's cyclic, that it's a cycle. I mean that things are fallow and things grow, and then things that life is a cycle. But in terms of sometimes it seems very linear. I mean, even going to bed at night and waking up in the morning, that's a cycle. But it seems linear. So it's how you decide to look at your life. Are you going to let yourself be just go from point A to point P, in a linear fashion? Or are you going to let yourself be in a cycle?
That's the beauty of some of the traditions that we had lost touch with for eons. The feminine traditions particularly remind all of us, male and female, that we are cyclical beings. And those cyclical cycles are actually the source of power, the source of hope. Yeah. So let's see, Janet. Let's just
Okay, I noticed that Donna has her hands raised, so I don't want
Donna,
to.
okay.
Please, Donna, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to mention that endings and beginnings to me are every year. You know, I just feel every year as I get older, I'm ending that year of my age. I'm beginning a new year of my age. And I realize as I get older, time is becoming more precious. So I really want to have the next beginning be as strong as possible because I don't know, how many beginnings and endings I'm going to have in the rest of my life.
That is beautifully said.
Yeah.
And most of us here are a mature group. And the wonder of these ancient traditions is that each phase of life is sacred. And our ability to understand life better and appreciate life better grows with the years. Thank you for bringing out that point. So why don't we just all take a deep breath, maybe raise our hands upward and release the challenges just for a moment to our higher, deeper power. Let's let the challenges rest for tonight elsewhere, being resolved in ways we can't even dream of. And let's imagine ourselves drawing around us some of the lovely harvest colors, the deepening greens, the orange rust, some of the colors that abound at this time, and perhaps there's a favorite color that you want to bring into your aura. It could be any color of the rainbow that occurs to you tonight. And just bringing that color around you. It could be deep blues, a more wintry sky. Bringing those colors around you and knowing that you are truth, you are beauty, you are divinity in expression, that you're continuous, you're eternal, and that every ending brings about a new beginning. As we listen a bit to the music, we breathe in, we breathe out, and take the sounds, the music that emerges in this moment in time into ourselves. Listens to the words from within, and they flow from deep within in this moment for us. Imagine yourself approaching an ancient tree with a great hollow. The tree is so old that it's beginning to crumble into to feed the earth again. And you have a chance to experience the wisdom of the tree as it changes form. It's been here 250 years. As it changes shape, it comes back to nourish the biosphere of the earth. It comes back to nourish. Around the tree, near its hollow, as it shifts its shape, there is a someone who would like to speak to you through a feeling, through a color, or through a word about what might be ending and what can begin. So take a moment and listen within to that spirit guidance at this time of the changing of the season. I am ancient and I am new. I am feminine. I am masculine, like the Gnostic creator. It was Sabaoth, protection and strength, and Sophia, the feminine wisdom at the heart of our tonight's wisdom circle. What is it that you can release? And what is it that you can begin as we take the inner journey at this time of year? Listen within to your own guidance now. And now we thank the guidance, not from coming near the transforming tree, the guidance that comes to you in magical forms at the heart of a wisdom circle. We come back now from our circle, coming back with insight, coming back, and taking a moment to reemerge, to stretch, and to share. To share.
Yay.
Thank you. So
Did
what
that sound okay with the guitar?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. And Tim, we welcome you. We welcome you.
Where are you, Tim? Tim had
There
to do-
you are.
Yes.
I was just a stand-in for that for a little moment in the beginning.
So for those that took a moment to meditate, can we share anything that might have come to us about what we might be ending or beginning?
Patty and Joyce have their hand raised.
Oh, good.
Joyce C. and Patty.
All right. Please share.
First of all, hello to everyone.
Hello.
Now, anyway, I sat down and I was listening to Lynn, and then I heard the Joyce C says, write this down. So I wrote it down.
Oh,
I've learned to listen to her. So as I age or become older, time is more precious. Well then, Joyce C. Well then, let's go. Come to now. Let the essence of who I am move forward with gentleness, awakening, and knowing I am experiencing me, Joyce C. Going forward in life, not backwards, but coming into the light forward, opening new ways to be me, the new me, the awakened Joyce C. Brown, knowing I am present, I am here, and I am in the light of wisdom, and this opening of pathways to new me, I am evolving And then this piece says, while listening to the music, I am evolving. I'm awakening, healing, forgiving, replacing old patterns and actions with new light. And I am awakened. Joyce C. Brown.
That is really something. And I can't think of you without thinking of your father, who your writing has helped me to know better, and how he gave you a gift of
Yes.
confidence and inner empowerment that is really a blessing to us all.
Yes, you're very right about Daddy, Joseph Levi Thomas Brown. They didn't mess around with the names back in those days.
I see.
And I just want to say this, that everything that you've said, Lynn, is very correct. His presence is still with me.
Uh-huh.
He is very caring about me, how I feel, and all of those things. And he was and still is an excellent teacher. And so I feel good knowing that his presence still is with me.
Mm-hmm. You've opened up something I meant to talk about, and that is this is the time when the veil is thin.
That's
and
right.
our dearest guides and loved ones can come so close to us. That's the beauty of this time, where the outer is subdued and the blaring sun, and we're invited to go within. The Edgar Casey reading suggested that spiritual presence that surrounds us can be the greater part of our life, more than the mundane world, is that spiritual presence, and how many of us have been synchronistically guided mysteriously through our everyday life. And we wonder, where is it coming from? And we know as spiritualists, it's also coming from our loving guides and guardians on the other side of life.
Yes.
Who else had a...
Donna Christensen has her
Oh,
beautiful
Donna,
hand
yeah.
raised.
Thank you. As I was meditating, I thought of my mother, with whom I had, a physical relationship with for 50 years. And when she passed, that relationship ended. And I realized that I began a spiritual relationship with her, and I felt a deep gratitude, for the time I had spent with her. But I also felt a grief at the ending of the physical relationship. So I just wanted to point out that a lot of times when there are endings, there's also some grief.
You really brought out something that's so important, that the loss of the person in the here and now can be a deep grief that recycles and isn't done in a day and is part of our journey. But then when you meet them anew and you begin to sense they're there, and they're a little bit different, they're a little bit more their whole self, not just one past life or the problems of this world. So that is a new beginning, to start a new relationship with your mother. Who else wanted to share a little bit, either from the meditation or what we're talking about?
So one of the things that came to me was just that deep, and I just want to underline what all of you have said, but especially what's been said about our relationships with people in spirit now.
In spirit.
That are now with us. And that sometimes if we take a moment, as you said, Lynn, in a beautiful way, and just relax and breathe into it, we can be held in their loving arms. Mm-hmm. We do not have to do this living work alone.
Can you lead us in doing that for a moment, Janet? Help us to tune in and pull and draw that energy around us?
Absolutely. Let us do that. And just let us call upon our ancestors. And in fact, I even have a song that goes a little bit like that. And as we call upon you, my ancestor, you breathed your life into me. Every moment on the physical plane, you and I were free. And now I call you to my side. I bring you to my heart, and we can start again anew and breathe together in the love. And the love binds us, the love frees us, the love connects us forever. And we can know that we are whole in the blanket of our shared love. Oh, the blanket of our shared love. So we invoke our love and life, and we know our connection survives the test of time, and we can bring all that we are with each other. We are one with each other. We are one with each other. We are one.
Beautiful. Let's each mention aloud someone who is on the other side of life, whom we feel is around us from time to time. I'd like to start out with someone who has touched, well, a number, let's see, 4 or 5, number of people knew him. And also my daughter knew him very well. And Elsa, for whom I offer Akashic readings, has gotten to know him through readings. So I'm mentioning my late husband, Joseph Haddox. He was born a lot older in 1933, and he died in February of 2009. But he does live on as a most gentle guide, especially helping souls cross over from this world to the next and many other things. So he was a goodly old soul who didn't push himself forward. He said he knew he had a past life where he had abused spiritual leadership. And in this life, he wanted to sustain others and help them grow and blossom. So he was a kindly person, particularly to children. And it did not matter if the child shared biology with him, but it mattered that they shared soul. And so, Megan, you're here. Did you want to remember Joe for a minute? You don't have to, but I think you're here.
I'm grateful to have known Joe, an old soul, an Arcturian soul, who guides Lynn and myself and protects us. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Elsa is here, and Elsa had a beloved dog who crossed over. And we were, through glimpses with Joe, able to learn a little bit more about her dog in the heavenly realm, too. And he says when he comes through that he's working to try to protect all the good things that we know, so that whatever surrounds us doesn't take away all the good that people have worked so long for. And so he is really working on the global level too. Does somebody else want to share about a person who's in spirit? I know, Janet, we made traveling birds when your brother passed.
That's
and I
right.
wonder who your special guides are.
Well, he definitely is one. And there are so many. My mother has been one that's been coming up really recently.
I see.
And what about Corky? Corky
Well,
had
April?
her hand raised.
April,
our
this is a
beautiful
topic that
April.
she would have been
Oh,
very interested in and very
Yes.
knowledgeable about, and I miss April every day, and
Yeah.
I feel her around me every now and then, and it's just I know she's doing her work on the other side.
Yeah.
I know I asked this of people I run into, and they look at me strangely after someone passes. I'll say, "Well, how is your brother? How's your father?" And what do you mean he died? I said, "Well, not entirely. How is he in dreams?" And they begin to talk. So April is working on the other side of life.
Hmm.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, she wouldn't waste time on that. On that, I mean, she worked every place she went, so
That's
she
right.
wouldn't, she
Thank you
wouldn't
for
waste
sharing
an
that.
opportunity to be kind to somebody or to guide them. You know.
Who else might have someone to share about it? The other thing is that not only do we continue to know loved ones as they evolve and we evolve, but sometimes, I know it's certainly true with the pets in this house, sometimes furry friends and human friends come back in a new earthly experience. And this time of Halloween and all the masks and all the costumes, I think is kind of an unconscious time where people get to put on a costume that reflects not only who you are, but who you've been long ago. We had a song that might have played tonight, but it isn't for technical reasons, but it's called The Long Ago Is Here Now, and it's on that channel, Lynn Rogers 79. You might enjoy it. So, did anyone else want to share about a guide or a presence that you're feeling at this time?
Yeah, I was trying to light a candle for him. The lighter just wouldn't work. Thank you, Janet. For Dr. J. Scott Neal, who was my teacher and mentor for many years, and every time I give a talk or present one of my songs that was inspired by him, I feel like he's still working through me.
Yeah.
You know, you have a song that I really like a lot that you wrote previously, but I got to help illustrate, and it's I think it really sums up that philosophy. Would you be able to play that song, By Means of Me, that was inspired by your guide, Dr. Scott?
Dr. J. Scott Neal,
Dr.
yeah. But also you wanted The Long Ago Is Here and Now, so I'll
Great.
give that my best shot here.
So I explained that we came together partly because there were some songs that I had only words for and had never had help with music. And Tim is a composer but had some music without words. And then sometimes synergy comes together as Janet and I are sharing tonight, and we're all sharing when we come together in community. Okay, so we're going to listen to some songs that might have to do with the season. You might want to be a little louder, Tim, to hear you.
I can hear you okay.
Okay.
Can everyone hear?
Good, because this is the best I can do here. We'll see how well this comes through.
This one's about our other lives.
I hear the bells of St. Clair ringing through the past life mist. I hear the bells of St. Francis. It was there that I was first kissed. The long ago is here now. I can clearly see back. My time with you was blessed. In the memory I will never lack. You too can find your lifetimes hidden in the mist. Where and why you live them, your purpose and your gist. Earthly lives are our schoolroom, heaven our final goal. Karma is made by omission, not doing what we know. I hear the London Tower door slam on trumped up crimes in the 16th century royal jail, in that hapless life of mine. I hear my father speak for the poor in Dickens' difficult time. When father dies, I take my life too. Should have stayed and made him shine. I hear the sounds of movie cameras whirring on a 30s set, acting and happy till illness comes, glamour cut short by karmic debt. The long ago is here now. I can clearly see back. My time with you was blessed. In memory I will never lack. You too can find your lifetime hidden in the mist, where and why you live them, your purpose and your gist. Forgiving love sets us free. Heaven's grace is here and now. Past lives reveal our destiny, blessing eternally, blessings eternally.
Thank you for singing that. I know
It's my tired voice, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway.
We did. And
he
I just
wrote
wanted to comment that Patty and Joyce C. have their hands raised, so I don't want to miss out
Oh,
on
please.
any of those.
please.
Well,
I can't see it from here.
okay, so I'll just read it. I am here, Joyce C. I am king. Forgiveness has cleared dark shadows. Thank you for your gift of forgiveness to me. Light is opening between us. I am now open to be with you. When you ask, I shall come to assist you. I await your decision, Joyce C. I am the feminine king. I await you.
Gee, so you have that direction, that channel of words that speaks to us as you're spoken to. That's
Yes.
very powerful. That's very powerful.
I would just like to say that I don't know where others are, but wherever you are, when you begin to get a sense or feel that you are hearing from someone that may no longer be in the body, as we would call it, that if all you can do is write it down, it doesn't mean you have to do anything else. You just get a
Write
piece
it.
of paper and write it down.
That's important.
And you will discover, I found, that all what was is gone. That's that I wanted to share that. All that was between me and my mother, whose name was Louise King Brown. And that all that was between us, including past lives, this life, it's gone. I'm feeling it. I feel her presence. It's soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's gentle and caring, and her words have deep meaning and compassion.
It's a new beginning
Yes, yes, it
for
is.
her, in her being.
Yes.
Did anyone else want to comment?
I just want to honor what you just said, Reverend Joyce C., about the power of that forgiveness when it's helped by the ancestors, and when we fully embody it in our own selves and we live it. And a big part of that is forgiving ourselves as well. I know that's true for me. It's like I can't really forgive or do anything with anybody else until I first forgive myself, for that judgment that I might make about myself and other people as well. And what you said, that healing that can happen with the assistance of those from the other side, is powerful. We do not have to do this alone, my friends. We do not have to do this alone.
And creativity, as Joyce expressed, by writing down those words, and sometimes she writes sketches, depicts her father so we can see him. Your creativity is a wonderful way to get through challenging times. And when Tim came with music but no words, I had to try to understand how to turn them into words. So I tried to meditate for a while and I began to hear a person, and that person was struggling to get through challenging times, struggling to keep hope. And hopefully later, when the maestro of technology, Corey, is back, she could link some of these up to see later. But the words, the music, I'm going to talk about the words a little bit, and then we can hear the music. Alone, alone, but not alone. How many times have we been feeling that lately? Alone, alone, but not alone, because we have community and we have spirit. I listen to the wind outside, tapping on the window, turning me within. And that's that listening to nature as it changes, helping move us to the within. I brave each day with more to come. I wonder when it ends now. And that's something we feel in our lives from time to time, and a lot lately. My dreams of glory sifting by, all I had wanted to be doing and imagined doing, but perhaps there's a health challenge, there are world challenges, and so those dreams are sifting by with the wind. I dreamed of her, and this her is a mythic figure I began to see symbolizing hope. Coming near but staying far. And that's kind of like our hope. It comes near, and then sometimes it's hard to grasp that hope. To tantalize my eyes while I do my best for everyone in these hard times. And all of us here are on paths of service and on paths of light. So we're doing our best, I think, for everyone in these hard times. The choruses, keep still with the wind outside. Keep the faith before dawn's light. Brave the day till hope comes to greet us. And that's kind of important, that hope can greet us where we are connected within. So again, alone, alone, but not alone. I turn within the silence, diving deep in night's embrace. And that certainly summarizes as the day where our light and dark are equal, but the dark will gain, and we'll be able to be in night's embrace. Diving deep in night's embrace, I prophesy. Sometimes we dream. Sometimes we know, we attune to the future. Recently, I've been reading the prophecies of Nostradamus. I must have been a kid in that family because somehow I understand some things. And I'm finding how closely it parallels events now. So if anyone's interested in that, you can ask me at another time. But it is it helps me think that if in 1400 he could envision key events now, then these are things we have to go through. They're part of our evolution toward hope. Keep still with the wind outside. Keep faith in dawn's light. Brave the days, and hope will come if we let her. If we let her. If we let her. So I'm going to ask you, Tim, who's driven a long way from your work to your home, if you could share that. And usually, again, share it with other accoutrements, but Tim's going to sing it. And we could be thinking a little bit about listening within and about greeting hope.
Okay, so again, let's see how well this goes. Alone, alone, but not alone. I listen to the wind outside, tapping on the window, turning me within. Brave each day with more to come. I wonder when it ends now. My dreams of glory sifting by, I dreamed her coming near but staying far, to tantalize my eyes, while I do my best for everyone in these hard times. Keep still with the wind outside. Keep the faith before dawn's light. Brave the day till hope comes to greet us. Alone, alone, but not alone. I turn within the silence, diving deep in night's embrace. I prophesy. Can it be, oh can it be, my vision of a dream comes? With compassion I go on, I can live on. Keep still with the wind outside. Keep faith in dawn's light. Brave the days and hope will come if we let her. If we let her. If we let her. If we let her, by listening with you.
Ah, that's nice. Clapping
That
hands.
was beautiful. Beautiful.
Wait till you see this full of paintings and light. It's really fun. So about that song, about that alone, alone, but not alone, certainly speaks to me now. Does anybody connect with those words and that state about trying to allow hope to come? Corky sent a heart. What creative pastimes do you have that help you to get through challenging times, and how can they be enhanced a little
Lynn,
bit? at this time. Yes.
Patty and Joyce C had their hands up, so I
Oh,
don't
good.
want to.
I never
Yeah.
see it when it's up, so I'm glad.
That's okay. I'm watching it for you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Um, rising above the past is to release what was, to ask for freedom. This is something that we can do. And as we ask, we then begin to evolve. Then we are gifted with the healing that ends what was. And then we come forward. And then you can say, I am here, looking forward into the gifts of liberation from what is ended.
Interesting.
The gifts of that's
Of
incredible.
liberation.
Of liberation.
Yes.
From what is ended.
Yes.
And what is ended.
Yes. I've been working towards that on several things. The biggest one was my mother, and the rest has been my siblings, and just letting go and not wondering why this, why that, why this, why that. I never got an answer for that in the sense of it. So it was about releasing and not carrying it and holding me locked in a time, the 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago,
I see.
locked into that in this lifetime, and then the carryovers from other lifetimes.
Yeah.
So when I let go, I find that I feel better. I can talk about anything you want to about my family. I can share with you if you want to know. Fine, no problem there. But I am simply just sharing what was, not what is. It's not what is anymore. It was a very difficult time in those days.
Uh-huh.
And I've come into a new place to where I'm at peace with me. I'm at peace with me.
So that to transformation, which for you is somewhat creative too, as you write, as you listen to your guidance, as you write, there's inner transformation, which helps you to begin anew. And Matthew Fox, many of you know of him as the wonderful Catholic theologian who was so revolutionary that actually the Catholics sent him over to the Episcopal Church.
That's right.
But when Nostradamus says the last pope will be born on the day of the moon, I believe this. He's such a tremendous theological figure updating the church for today, and the moon is the day of the feminine. So I think that he plays an important role, and I studied with him also when I went in between the Edgar Casey graduate program. But he said, again, we have 4 paths. One is via positiva, and that's when things are going really well. You really like how things are going in your country and the world, and you have true love, and families are getting along well, people are feeling well, and that's just that moment of awe, joy, and wonder. Now it seems to me we can find those moments in a little bit of sunlight, on a tree outside the window, in an act of compassion, but sometimes we're not just rolling along via positiva, let's face it. So the next one, and he would connect with people from many faiths, from rabbis and goddess practitioners, and bring it all together for the mystic's path. Then there's via negativa, which is called the dark night of the soul. Gee, and that's what this song, in a way, is a part of someone going through the dark night of the soul, but hope could come if I let her. So, there's the dark night of the soul in our lives too, collectively, sometimes, and also when we experience loss. The couple who were very dear to my metaphysical path, Reverend Tom Gary, and later Mary Gary became a minister also. I just learned of a deep loss that they've experienced, and we can feel that loss with them, but I know that they also have knowledge of the continuity of life. And so this is to them, and to many who have unimaginable loss, that could be the dark night of the soul. do any of us have things that are going on that are something of a dark night of the soul, and that you can go in and out of that, but it's important to go all the way into it honestly with your feelings. As Janet pointed out in a recent talk at Dottie's, it's fine to be positive right away, but it's really important to say, gee, I'm scared, or to allow those tears or to allow those feelings to come. Anybody speak to that? Like in our community, times of the dark night of the soul and how you approach it.
Well, I was just really touched by Tim's haunting melody to your beautiful words, Lynn, and how it reminds us that the connection we're having right now, my friends, is what's going to bring like shards of healing and threads of healing that create, a net of support for us and for our beautiful Reverends Tom and Mary Gary. Just as our most recent example of a tragedy, that has happened. And when we speak the tragedy, it also allows each of us to call forth that help and healing and allows each of us to give and receive from each other.
Tom and Mary found each other long ago. He was in New York and she was in California.
Yeah.
They both went into a church or cathedral and prayed to know one day their soulmate. And they found each other, and he had a special needs a sibling, and he chose to bring Mary's children as his own, which is that's wonderful step parent being a higher step to things. But they, over time, their son passed from an issue with his heart, and their daughter, who had worked even in the oncology equipment, died of that very ailment. And now the grandson that they raised in their absence has suddenly passed of an issue with his heart. So this is but as we speak about it, we're also allowing the forces of healing that surround them, the deep guidance and protection to surround their grandson Tommy as he changes worlds with love and with a sense of safety and surety and reunion. And we surround them with love and support as they pass through a dark night of the soul. The next part of the 4 paths that Matthew Fox mentioned was something he coined. Via, which means life. We had via positiva, via negativa, via creativity. You can create something from things that you've suffered through. You gain empathy. You might reach out with via transformativa and reach out into the community and share the gifts that came from walking through the dark night and from having the times of joy and from your creativity. And that's what Janet's saying, that we can be for each other.
Absolutely. And that creativity, just as Reverend Joyce C. was writing and, letting that channeled information come forth, which is just a beautiful thing that she does in a very powerful, present moment way, we can do that for and with each other. So I would invite, does anyone have an experience where they've used creativity, where they've used, kind of that gift of creativity? And this doesn't have to be just in the traditional ways.
No.
It might be, creativity that comes in the way that we, go to work in the morning, or the way that we greet a person, or the way that we, are in the world.
We care for an animal or person, the way we cook, the smile to people who need a smile. How are we being creative to lessen the dark night of the soul?
For myself, I find dance is a wonderful way to shake it off.
Dance.
Yeah, I move
Where
around.
do you dance in your living room? Where do you go to dance?
Wherever my body is where I put it.
Yes.
That's
I think of it, some I either start moving and I think of some music, or I think of some music and I start moving. So it's just a way of, and kind of interesting today. Somebody was talking about, I think it was on the radio, and they were saying that they have found that dance is actually more, um, excuse me, than is better, is more, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Beneficial than meditation, yoga, um, uh, or pills for depression. You know, it's better than anything else that they have found for raising you out of a depression.
I like to go to the special needs dances. I just filled out a petition because helping us not lose funds for special needs persons. And they have a Halloween dance. They have 4 dances a year that Vanessa, Megan's sister, my special needs daughter, loves to go to. She loves it, but she wants to always be Miss Piggy. And on that dance floor, I find such generous, loving people. They are so kind to each other. It is a wonderful place to go and dance and move. And some people move in a chair and they move in a wheelchair across the room, and some people stand up and dance. But there's such kindness in that room and spirit of love and spirit of fun to go to the special needs dances. So if anyone wants to go there, lots of fun. It can always use helpers. Any other ideas about how we can be pass through these paths a little bit better? Things that you found to do. I'm going to call on Megan, who's here. Megan has done some creative work in her life. My daughter Megan is Vanessa's sister, and she and I have, where there was a period where we weren't in touch, and we've been in touch a lot in this last year or year and a half. So when I'm teaching creative writing on Zoom, since her background is she's taught even Berkeley at moments and she loves writing, she'll come on and give us exercises and help us share. How, Megan, would you say creativity helps you?
Creativity helps me. Um, well, can you ask me the question again? In so many ways.
So
What do you
like when
mean?
when you go through kind of a challenge in the dark night of the soul, what ways can you be creative and how does it help you get through that?
Oh, well, creativity helps me let my unconscious express itself, and it helps me bring joy to myself and others in the world.
Those are
Okay.
good questions because a lot of our answers are within. They're in our unconscious mind and in our superconscious mind. And when we're doing something creative, we're lost in maybe cooking, stirring something on the stove, or smiling at somebody who's alone, or petting our animal, or giving a talk, or whatever we choose to do. It lets all of that rest, our own concerns and our own struggles, and that flow of giving out, it replenishes us in those times. Can be really a good thing to do. So finding something in this now so-called holiday season or wintry season, something that you can do that is soothing to you, maybe a bit creative, maybe comforting to others, can help us get through these times.
And I'd be interested to hear, what have you all done in terms of what are some creative, expressions that you use to help you get through, or help you process. Because a great deal of things were created out of love and also out of loss or out of trauma that have been incredibly healing. We often talk about the Taj Mahal. That was created out of a love for a person, for his beloved who died.
I'm going to drop
Chris,
this.
Chris.
Chris.
Wait a minute.
Good.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. And then we have Patty B and Joyce C.
Right.
Um, I think that one can find creativity almost anywhere in almost any task. And you just have to kind of broaden your sense of what is creativity and what is replenishment. It would be really easy to get all worked up about a thing and an activity, but there's something about owning it. And I think creativity helps with owning at least a portion of the activity. And all of a sudden it becomes what we're doing and why and the how that we own. So I don't know. I mean, if I had to come up with what things I do, I paint the house, I build a fence, I cook food for 40 people, I fill out spreadsheets. But any one of those things has in itself not just the seed of something creative, but a flourishing bush, plant, tree universe. And I think sometimes it's a little bit more difficult than others, perhaps, to find the self in the task. But I find that making it something that I own, I'm proud of, I want to put my mark on, makes all the difference in the world.
There is a Saint Brother Lawrence and also Saint Therese the Little Flower in Catholic tradition. They blessed all of everything they did with their hands. The sweeping, everything they did, they blessed. And so spreadsheets, that's a good angle we hadn't thought of so many ways. There's Elsa who's here, and she is, I'll just tell, she knows I'm talking about her. She grew up in the Lower area, and there were some properties that her family had. It wasn't always easy growing up in that family. And she has in recent years made sure that that there's going to be a large shelter for not only cats, dogs, farm animals. They made sure that their property went to this cause, which is really, really wonderful. She had a beloved dog, and there'll be a bench commemorating her dog. And then also she was, during the pandemic, coming here with around some of the special kids, making lavender that she grows up there, lavender sachets. And those are wonderful to have. Did you want to comment, Elsa, at all on what creativity? She's
And I would invite Patty B. and Joyce C. have their hand up again. So I believe she has left, Lynn.
Oh, she might have left.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe she left.
All right.
But
Okay,
thank you
so
for that story. That's a powerful
there's
story
going to
of
be a
using
huge
creativity.
shelter, and she had to persist, and it wasn't
Yeah.
the greatest economic advantage, but it's something for the future. Acreage, all that acreage, to be a retreat for animals.
That's
Just an
fantastic.
incredible way of using
Very nice.
what's at hand in a creative way.
Yeah.
So, Joyce.
Yes. I just want to say that I grew up with a very interesting father, Joseph Levi Thomas Brown. Anyway, when things would get a little weird or difficult or strong or whatever it was, or you were feeling full of fear, he would tell stories.
Oh.
And one of them was about a rabbit named Chuck-a-Luck. I kid you not about that rabbit. And Chuck-a-Luck, honey and tea. Bobtailed rabbit in a hollow tree. Me lay, way over yonder on that hill, me lay. Chuck-a-Luck would take whatever was bothering you far away to this hill. Will help you to cleanse, help you to get rid of disturbing thoughts or feelings, or just not feeling good. And so Chuck-a-Luck would carry them away from you. And this is what our father would do when sometimes children seem to have been more out of control or just down in the face or whatever. He would do Chuck-a-Luck. And it was an amazing thing because then we all started to feel better.
Huh.
Whatever it was that was coming out of us, my father, he was a very sensitive man. And he knew when something wasn't okay. So I just wanted to share that about Chuck-a-Luck. And to this day, I will still call Chuck-a-Luck. Sometimes I'm in the house, I'll hit the note and call Chuck-a-Luck. and I can feel unwanted energy leaving, leaving our home, the garden, it just leaves. And I just wanted to share that. And so, if you all decide to go for it and just call Chuckaluck.
Chocolate,
Chuckaluck, honey and tea.
chocolate, honey, and tea.
Bobtail rabbit in the hollow tree.
Bobtail rabbit in the hollow tree.
Mealy, way over yonder on that hill. Mealy. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I still use it.
And you know what you're talking about, Joyce C., is very powerful, because the use of chanting or singing or humming, any of those things that we can do verbally that resonate in our body, can bring a great deal of healing and bring a great deal of power and strength. I can think of like lullabies, that
Yes.
we would sing to children. And and Chuckaluck, if I can be so bold as to say, it was also a message to be given to people, right? To
Yes.
help them on their way to freedom. So it was another
Agree.
way to give them directions. Like you mentioned, the hollow tree.
Yes.
There's a song that I've been looking at some of the older civil rights songs that participated in that as a teenager. Do any of you know the song about the tree standing by the water that shall not be moved?
That's right.
That's maybe one we could even sing. Speaking of songs, Tim wrote music and words for a song that I think is just super. And I don't know, can you play it where it has the band playing, or we can't technically do that?
Which one did you?
By Means of Me, can you? I don't know if there's a way. Probably there isn't one right now, but we can hear it later in that way. So this is what the words say. God is loving the world by means of me. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of love for all to see. God is loving the world by means of me. And that might be fun for us to try to sing along with. And then he says, peace abounds in the world by means of me. And later, joy expresses by means of me. And God is loving the world by means of me. So I think this should be on top 40 on the radio. It's really a good song.
Well, again, that was Dr. J working through me, although he would have us affirm that a lot. God is loving the world by means of me, but he did say it didn't originate with him. It originated with, according to him, Dr. Raymond Charles Barker. But its message is eternal, so.
We can try to sing along.
Well, there is a 1 second delay, so maybe just sing to yourself at home.
I would suggest that we
Okay. I
we
know how
sing to ourselves, and that way he'll be able to hear Tim.
If I hear anything, I'll sing in the delay. Okay, go ahead.
God is loving the world by means of me. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of love for all to see. God is loving the world by means of me. Peace abounds in my world by means of me. On this day I decide that I will be a great abounds in my world by means of me. Joy, joy expresses itself how? By means of me, and all of us. On this day I'll decide that I will be a great channel of joy for all to see. Joy expresses itself by means of me. I'll be a great channel of love for all to see. God is love in the world by means of me.
Bravo. Bravo. Take that in, Tim. That was
That song
beautiful.
points to what we can do, what we really can do. We can let God love the world by means of each of us in each and every moment. If you, I don't know what your time is, Janet, but if you would like a little mini reading for each person, I'm happy to share them. Depends on your time.
Well, we have, let me see, let me look at the time. So we're at 7:21, so we have time. What would everyone like to do? How would that be for everyone? Would that be
A
something
reading
you would
be
like?
Okay. Okay, all right. If you would like a reading, and just raise your hand, I'll just do what we do in church, and allow spirit to move. But remember that you're the best psychic for you, and always listen within more than to anyone else. All right. If somebody would like a message, please just raise your hand and maybe say your name.
Jeannie is raising her hand, so I'm going to call on Jeannie. And so is Ms. Donna.
Okay.
Hello.
I'd like to see Jeannie, and I'm not seeing her on my screen. Oh, I am. I'm seeing you now. Yeah, in a still. Okay, and if it's okay to say your first name and maybe month and day, but no year you were born, if you're comfortable.
Sure. Jeannie, December 17th.
Around you, I feel spirit showing that there's a lot of like a peaceful river that surrounds you, and you have definitely had hardships at times, certainly periods that have been more difficult than others, but you've learned a kind of serenity and a perseverance without losing your peace, and you're a quiet source of peace also to people that you encounter. Sometimes there's turmoil around you, and what you do inside can quiet a room. So it feels like the ability to find peace within is strong within you, and colors of water at this time of year and rivers would be good for you. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. If anyone else would like a message, please raise your hand.
Donna Christensen and Krish Brown.
Okay, Donna, start with you.
Okay. So Donna, January 20th.
Well, you do have a guide in spirit whom you knew well, who is on the other side of life and is much more able to give you nudges and bring interesting things to you. So he's begun anew on the other side of life, and he's very but he would like it, and maybe he's using me, the writing teacher. He had some writings and he doesn't want them lost, so he's bugging me, and I'll bug you then to get those writings, maybe even just a little spiral bound collection of them, or but he wants that. And he's very much around you, but he's also like my late husband Joe, he's also working on world events, also in events of our nation. So, and he enjoys things that you enjoy. He's actually enjoying a lot of things, and he shares space with you. Sometimes he can come quite close in, and then other times he's busy. So he is very determined. I remember him.
Well, he was Republican and I'm a Democrat, so I hope he's not working too hard for the Republican Party.
He's the kind of Republican. Been posting, and I brought a sign, "Hug a Republican," and there have been some very fine Republicans writing in too. I think it's people of good heart, is rather than, and he had good heart, but
Oh, he
he's
did.
probably helping his party to go on a good track. So he's working hard. All
Thank
right,
you.
so
Thank you.
let's see. The next person
Chris
was
Brown. Chris Brown.
okay, Chris. To see you. Oh, there I can see you. Okay, your name and month of birth.
Yeah. 12/13.
And just say that your whole name at birth.
My name is longer.
Okay,
It's not English.
I'd like to hear the sound.
Okay. Christiane.
Yeah, there's a certain mystical side in your ancestral line. There is an intuitive side, there is a psychic and inventive side that goes back in your ancestral line. And sometimes people were in situations where they couldn't express it as broadly as you do now, but it's been latent in your ancestry. You've also had some recent past lives and that have influenced you a lot, and have one of which influenced your Judaism and it in an expansive form now. So the heart that Janet was showing is strong. That you're having a big birthday, and it's important because you're recommitting yourself to your importance here on this plane of existence. And we may see you in positions of leadership and all kinds of things coming up as you re-inaugurate this new decade. But we're looking forward to seeing much from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
Anyone else who would like a message?
Yes, we have Donna Fisher
Okay.
next.
Okay, Donna. If you can
Donna.
even uncross your hands, it sounds silly, but if you uncross your hands, we have to send it through the ethers, your energy. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Donna Fisher, January 15th.
Actually, there's some good things in your life, and you have a way of finding happiness and rolling along. There's a lot of sunshine that goes with you, even when it could be storming all around you, but you have a sense of purpose and a sense of enjoyment of life, and people pick that up. A lot of people are alone, and not knowing how to be. And your way of being, you get involved in something, and you're looking ahead to it, and it's you make it wonderful. You brighten the room, the places you find yourself. I don't know that, but I feel it strongly. Janet's nodding.
Oh.
That's really true about you. So you're one that we could all use in the time of the wintry times and the challenging times, because there's a way that she makes life full and happy and good for others, and is guided by a purpose all the time. Really, it's just amazing energy. All right. Anybody else?
Joyce C. and Patty B.
Okay, Patty, may I come to you? Can you say your month and day?
Oh, Joyce.
Oh, I thought each of you wanted that. Okay.
You can
So
do it. Sure.
Okay, my name is Joyce, middle initial C, last name Brown. The month is 6/7.
well, he's saying it's great what you're doing, but don't just talk about it. The time is now. He wants to. Your wonderful father is a very close soul to you. He wants to live on in others' imaginations. He wants to be known. It could be through something you write. It could be through something that's recorded. He wants to live on, and because he has another very busy life ahead of him in which you two will meet again. But right now, you've got the legacy. You're the legacy bearer, And your writings, whether about him or just of inspiration, are worth collecting. You have more than one project, and it should be fun. It's all there. It's just gathering it together, getting a
Oh,
little help to do it. But he says, okay, if not now, when? That's what he said.
well, okay, that sounds like daddy. Okay.
All right. Janet, may I come to you? All right.
Sure.
Can you say here?
Janet, 6'11".
Wow, you have really traveled, huh? You've been through time zones and through worlds of experience, and but at the same time, you spend sometimes out of your body. Also, it's hard to explain. Like you're going, but maybe sleeping you out of your body and in. And although there were personal goals in the trip, it allowed you to see and it allowed you to be a channel of light physically in some places that really needed that you can return to. For you, you have transitions that may or may not happen fully in terms of living. You have a lot of our lives are somewhat unsettled because the overall vibration is sort of unsettled right now. But for that travel, there's peace and there's emotional serenity that you exude in a totally different way that everyone who knows you knows about. But your melodies also want to live on more fully so that not only a handful of people can hear them, but lots of people could hear them. So putting that together is something really wonderful and hopeful that you'll do. Okay, and then
Thank you
Tim, may I come to
so
you?
much.
May I come to you, Tim?
Yes.
Okay, you could say your name and month and so forth.
Tim, 12/5.
I do see more to do with keyboards, and I don't know why that would be piano keyboards or work that you've done in the past that has to do with it. I see kind of like a library of work, this kind of work, then this kind of work, and this kind of work. And I know you say nobody wants CDs anymore, but people would like something tangible of your work that those maybe in our age group can hold in their hand as well as enjoy it electronically. You have communication with somebody. It's sort of daughter-like, a person who's more daughter-like, communicating more than before, and will gradually open up more and may redirect her life slightly, just slightly, but actually wants to open up and talk about, has plunged into the work world, but wants to talk a little bit about it because there may be a slight shift of direction, and eventually she will return to music, hopefully in your lifetime. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else. Elsa, I do read for. One more. Is it okay to do one or two more, Janet, or are we closed?
I think we're coming close to maybe getting some more information from the other folks. But if anyone else wants a reading, please raise your hand. I know you reached out to Elsa, but I don't see anybody raising their hand.
Elsa, I do read for.
Great.
I'm just going to give Megan a little message, not as her mother, but as a facilitator. Okay, so Megan, can you say your name and month and day, although I know that quite well. Let's see if she clicks off. Okay, well, if not...
Megan, August 23rd. Thank you.
I see a lot of water around you. You have a grand water trine, but you do long for water. Water is really healing to you and helpful. And even a small water feature, could be a little tiny fountain or something, would be good for you. You like to feel water running. You're a strong healer with not only your cat, but you have the ability to heal animals, and they're encouraging you in your writing and in the wearing of a moonstone, which brings your heart's desire. And they say they're through, and so returning the stage to you, Janet.
Well, thank you for that, Lynn. And I would invite us all to just take a nice deep breath. For each and every one of you, take a nice deep breath and just bring in the beautiful camaraderie, the beautiful sense of being together and acknowledging, the depth of what we are going through in these changing of the seasons. To just allow yourself to feel the depth of your own personal beingness in the world, the gift that you bring of your uniqueness that only you can bring. You bring a vibration, a certain vibration that we all need. And it's unrepeatable. It's unrepeatable. Each and every one of you does an incredible job of bringing that to the world. And I'm going to invite you, the very gifts that you bring to the world, I want you to turn it around in an infinity cycle and just bring it right back to you. So what you give to the world, I want you now to just give to yourself. And to know that as we are a leaf on the pond, we can give that to ourselves as we give it to our world. Give it to ourselves as we give it to our world. And know that we are touched and moved and impacted every day with the power of everyone's presence. And when we gather together and speak the wisdom that is in our hearts, there is an incredible amount of beauty, power, support, and strength that we can gather from ourselves and from each other. And as Lynn was talking about earlier, as we listen to ourselves, listen to your body. Sometimes we ignore our body, and our body can tell us a lot about what's going on with us in the present moment. So as we listen to our body, it might tell us what we might need. We might need a little treat. We might need some rest. We might need to be surrounded by water. We might need to be in nature. Listen and honor what it is you might need. And sometimes our rational minds can get in the way, but when we just allow our beingness to tell us what will connect with us and give us energy to be fully present in all that is going on, not getting hooked in to the lower, trauma vibrations, but just to bring ourselves to that moment of peace, lovingness, connection, and joy. And anything that comes to you, my friends, that anyone would like to say or share that has raised in your awareness just by being together tonight, we would love to hear it. What have you gathered? And what have you embraced yourself with? What is your blanket as we enter towards the winter season? What is going to keep you warm?
So I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight and for joining us in our monthly sacred stage, and just keep up the good work, and love seeing you, and please come back next month.
Absolutely.
Thank you all. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Corey. Thank you all. Thank you, Tim.
And Tim, your incredibly, beautifully done music was just so incredibly
Right back
done.
at you.
Well, mine was very kind of on the moment, but yours, your songs are poetry, and your poetry is song. And Lynn, thank you for your poetry, and thank you for your gifts of wisdom and awareness.
Thank you.
And so what we still have a few more minutes, and so I'd just like to offer, what does anyone else have anything that that their heart wants to share right now?
Maybe just a prayer, if I could say a prayer.
Yes.
So, divine infinite spirit, Father, Mother, Creator, all of our angels, guides, and teachers, surround this group, and we know that there are other groups of light where 2 or 3 gather or more. We link our light with those lights. We ask to stay in the center and in the peace and in the love. We pray for better times, in our country, in our world, and in our own lives. And we ask for healing for those who've experienced loss or going through illness or any other challenge. But we know, Creator, that you are with us. And we give thanks. Amen. Blessed be.
And so it is. And so we wrap our souls with the healing, wrap our souls with the truth. We are love, we are feeling all that we can be together, all that we can be with each other, all that we can be. Blessings, blessings, blessings. To
Thank you
each
so much.
and every
Good
one
night,
of you.
everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Take care.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.